I'm back again with my wonderful internet. So, okay, so now I've got some of you back. This is, I can't, part of me just wants to cry because this is so frustrating. I won't be back in the US for another 3 weeks, so I won't have good internet until then. But, please, I've been anonymous for 5 years, but if you're still interested, please open my emails and I might do this every month. I'm having a good time. So, yeah, Pernilla,
Well, we,
I'm so happy to hear that.
yeah,
Ro- My friend, out of it,
yes.
just in the nick of time.
Mm.
Yeah, I mean, I think so much of what's going on, and I watch it, and I just go, wow. You know, Netanyahu still is so sad for such a beautiful country, and I love doing classes there so much, and it's such a
Where was that, you say?
Israel because of Ronit's. I'm looking at Ronit, and
Used to be. Yeah, but now we are in Greece
I know,
for
oh,
5 years.
I
Yeah,
know,
because we kind of we got the energy of what's going to be,
yes,
and we chose a different life. And
that's
since then, I have been facilitating foundation to Palestinians and Israelis together because we don't have a point of view about who is attending. And also now I have a class with Palestinians and Israelis, and it's a different universe when you choose it.
right. That's so wonderful, and that's what everybody, and I was just reading, uh, you know, every day I read the news on my phone and it's just like what
Why?
absolutely fucking insane thing is Donald Trump going to do next? But what I read today was, that the tide is really turning and Americans are saying, look, we don't want a dictator, we don't want a king, we don't want your totalitarian bullshit, and we don't want our neighbors dragged away by these cops in masks. So you've got to stop it. And he's only got like a 30% approval rating. So, you know, it's a curse and a blessing. May you live in interesting times. We're definitely living in interesting times. So, but congratulations to you for following your knowing and creating a different possibility for yourself. And I do think of you and Noah and have such good memories of classes that I did in Israel. It was wonderful. So thank you. I mean, they say
Amore,
when you're dying,
com'è?
hello,
Bene.
yeah, um, yeah, this is
Eh?
yeah, Claudia, it's only in English. I'm sorry. Um, yeah, what was I going to say?
So, Casey, can I ask something that came up now?
Yeah, sure.
I was wondering about your input because I know how your energy and awareness goes to so many different directions. So maybe you can contribute. My niece is 11, and lately she has a really severe anxiety attack, which is not a surprise because their house was destroyed in the war. Yeah, so it's not a huge surprise.
Right.
However, the way that it is displayed, I got the awareness that it might not be something emotional, but more of a nervous system. And just 5 minutes before the call with you, my sister wrote to me, "Can you do your magic to my
Yeah.
like to her daughter?" And I was wondering like what's coming up for you when we talk about anxiety for very, very young kid.
Right. Well, you can teach them who does it belong
11.
to. I mean, how many people's anxiety around her is she picking up? Is it hers? Does that make her feel lighter? It makes it feel lighter. It's hers. Another thing I happen to know
Yeah.
is anxiety can be a deficiency of protein, not enough protein or not enough protein digested. So cut
Mm,
out sugar and make sure she gets preferably animal protein at every meal. See if that helps. And anxiety,
yeah.
experienced pretty much for the first time in my life some anxiety myself. We might get cut off in a few minutes, then you've got another number. Um, and it's really a horrible, feeling. It feels like you're being like your being is being surrounded by these ants that are like climbing all over you, and you can't itch them and you can't get rid of them, and you could run away, but they would run with you because they're inside your skin. That's what it feels like. So it's
Yeah.
not a minor thing. And actually, if you could get your sister to run her bars, run the implant band, kindness, gratitude, peace, and
My
calm.
sister is a total human. She's not, my sister is totally like not into. However, lately she is at least asking for
Right.
some, but I did like she knows how to run herself.
Mhm.
Abigail, the 11 years old, when she is in anxiety, she doesn't do it. I can suggest that she will do it, in between.
Yeah. I mean, and years, decades before I even knew Access, I knew these points here, hold them on your head. Kids who are studying, they'll put their head here and they'll do their their homework. This is an emotional stress release. It's the joy and sadness bars and Access, but even before that. So if you just hold her head, you hold your head and you think about what's causing you anxiety,
Mm,
just keep holding it, and eventually you can't keep it in your head anymore. It'll fly away. So maybe you just need to teach your niece that as well. Yeah.
yeah, I will suggest it to her. Thank
A
you.
teacher, educate her as to how psychic she is. So who else wants to reconnect? This is so lovely. I'm so enjoying this.
Hello, Casey.
Hey,
Uh, can I ask a question
of course.
about relationship?
Of course.
So I am 44 years old. I've not had a relationship for 4 years,
Right?
and I would really like to have one because I am very lonely, and maybe I would like to also have a child, but I don't know. I
Right.
want to get married and have a family. That is what I want. And I'm seem to not be capable of creating this.
Okay, so what does that mean to you, being married and have a family? What does that represent?
Uh,
Everything
Something that
that is times a godzillion, right, wrong, good and bad, all nine. Podpoc shorts, boys, hundreds, poveds, faces, creations, and beyond.
uh, what does it mean? It is what I desire, the scope of my life.
And what, let's see, what does it require you be that you're refusing to be, that if you had that, you would be it? So what are you refusing to be that makes that impossible to occur?
Myself?
Mhm. Okay. Everything that is times a godzillion. Right, wrong, good, bad.
Yes.
Podpoc shorts, boys, hundreds, poveds, bases, creations, and beyond. Right, wrong, good and bad, all nine. Yeah. So what, this is going to sound harsh, but since you asked the question, it's like, why should somebody be in a relationship with you? What if you looked at yourself with gratitude and looked at who you were, who you are that could attract someone who is interested in a relationship? What do you bring to the table? Or are you looking for somebody to fill in your loneliness? That's never going to work because you're not you're not an incomplete puzzle piece looking for the piece that's going to complete you. If you're coming from yourself, creating your life, creating the life you would like to have, just like when I spoke to Wendy earlier, if you're creating the life you would like to have, that's the best invitation for someone to join you in your life. I mean, when I met David, I was going for it. I was like living on millet and eggs and trying to make it through chiropractic school and paying ridiculous amounts of tuition, but I was creating my life when I met him, and he was and is an addition to it. He's not my life, he's an addition to my life. So every place you've tried to make this relationship and this child your life rather than an addition to your life, will you destroy and uncreate all that?
Yes.
Right, wrong, good and bad, all 100 Podpoc boys, shorts. I don't know the new clearing statement, all that stuff Gary says. I just can't get the words out of my mouth, the new clearing statement anyway. So, yeah, I mean, what life, just kind of like I answered, Wendy's trying to decide where to be, but maybe that's not the best question. It's like, what if you did the same thing? Create on what would you like to create for life and create that? And then that creates much more energy to invite other people to.
Yeah. When you ask
You don't have to
what
have an answer to that either. Think about it because things will come up to you. It might come up when you're sitting on the toilet or something. I don't know.
okay. I am thinking about creating my life all the time, and I'm trying to create my life, meaning that I'm trying to recover right now and try to find a job because I was fired and now I don't feel like working and I'm stuck and I'm lonely and sad and
Right. So why should somebody be in a relationship with that?
what is wrong with that? I am a good person.
Okay. Right. But a good person is a little bit static. Get out there and move, get a job and start moving your life. I mean, I don't know what it looks like for you. I have no idea. But what's the life you would like to create? Create that, and feeling like doing nothing isn't going to create anything. So make a decision
That
of
is
what you're.
very recent. I mean, I kept creating my life all this time.
Okay.
So I did. I tried to do exactly what I wanted.
Okay. And so
But it was mostly work.
how attached are you to being right? Does that contribute to relationships or does that push people away?
I am very attached to being right.
Okay.
Very much attached.
Okay. So what if you were to think about giving that up? Don't give it up. It's too much a part of you, but consider that you might be wrong. I'm my memory's more sieve-like than it ever was, and I just forget stuff all the time. And it's like it's so fun to be wrong. It's just like, oh well, I read that wrong. Oh well, I'm wrong. It's actually quite fun to be wrong. So you get off the hook, and it's like,
But I am
oh,
wrong. I am wrong because I am 44. I don't have a relationship. I don't have a child. I don't have a job. This is the third one.
oh, listen, Lori, listen to how you're talking to yourself. Those are just points of view. They are not facts, but you're making them real by repeating them over and over again while your violin of feeling sorry for yourself is playing. Is what
Right.
you're doing working?
Sorry?
Is what you have been doing up till now working? And I'm probably going to get caught off this call because it will only record 40.
Uh,
And then you guys got another one and I'll come back.
no,
Yeah.
it's not working.
Okay. So what can you do that's different?
Try and be happy.
Right. Try being the operative word. How many decisions do you have that it's not possible for you to be happy? It's not possible you have a relationship. It's not possible to have a family. It's not possible to have kids. None of the things that you would like are possible. So maybe you should just go to the garden and eat worms and die.
No, I don't want to do that.
Okay.
No.
Do you? What would you like to do?
Uh, they're fun.
Okay. And
I don't know.
what are you doing right now that's fun for you?
Uh, I was watching videos on YouTube.
Okay. And how does that bring you into interaction with people who might actually choose to be in relationship with you? Watching videos on your own computer.
No, that's not.
Right.
I have absolutely no interaction with anyone. And when I was working from home. I was kind of isolated from people.
Okay, so how can you change that? You know, you can look up meetups. Do they have meetups in your country? You know, and find something that men like. Like, for example, one thing about photography is it attracts a lot more men than women. So I'm not looking for a man to be in a relationship with, but every class I go to has way more men than women. So don't go to something about teaching art to kindergartners because that's going to attract more women. Pick meetups that men might be interested in where you could go and charm them with your personality if you ever decide to let that out and meet them, you know, increase your chances, increase your odds. Once upon a time I used to sell coffee and they talked about, you know, you throw so much mud against the wall, some of it's going to stick. But you're not throwing any mud against the wall, so how's it ever going to stick?
Yeah. In the past, I didn't need to do that. I mean, men would just appear from out of nowhere.
They will?
I mean, they did in the past. Right now, nothing is happening.
Right. But what are you doing? You're not doing anything. It's a universe where you have to do things.
Hello, Moy speaking.
Yeah, but in the
Thanks,
job,
Lynn.
Yeah, somebody can mute themselves, please. So I've given you a lot of information, Laura. Is there anybody else who would like to
Oh,
jump in?
yes.
Somebody else.
hey, thank you.
What's tomorrow, Wednesday?
Somebody from Australia.
What time?
Somebody, please mute
The
yourself.
earlier the better. Yeah, that would be all right.
Okay, whoever's from Australia, we all hear you. Thank you. Okay, anybody else want to unmute themselves and ask a question that I can?
Thank you, Casey.
And then I'm
Welcome.
trying that on, it's
Good luck
26.
with that.
Hi, my name is Pratibha.
Uh-huh.
Okay, no, cool.
Thank you for doing this. I
Okay.
wanted to ask, see what awareness do you get? I have chronic pain for last 6 years, and I'm just wondering what can I do to make
Yeah.
peace with it, or what can I do to clear it?
How old are you?
I'm 57.
That's way too young to be in chronic pain. So there's a book that the chiropractor gave me, and I don't remember the author, but it's called Getting Through.
Getting through, okay.
He's a social worker that had like chronic pain that nothing would help, not orthopedists, not chiropractors, not physical therapists, nothing. And he's developed this way of allowing you to release it. And it's a little bit complicated. He tells the story and he's got lots of testimonials from people who have used it. I've used it a bit myself. The book's called Getting Through.
Getting through,
I
okay.
have it at home and I don't remember the author, but I'll send it out to you guys when I get back home to San Francisco. I have the book there, and I will send you guys the author, and it's just an amazing route. I mean, I've got my knees happen to be bone on bone according to the X-rays, and it slows me down a lot. But I've used it a little bit, and it's helped. And there's other people who wonderfully. So it's definitely revolutionized how I think about it. And where is your pain, Pratibha?
It's on the shoulders, like bursitis on both shoulders, and then right hip and knee. So right side mostly.
Okay. So what are you determined to be right about? Everything that is, that's so yeah. I run Good, Bad, Nat, Pod, Poc, all 100, shorts, boys, creations, bases, and beyonds. So live with that question. Ask yourself, what am I determined to be right about? And you know, with living in the question, different awarenesses will come to you the more you ask that question. And what this guy talks about, he's got different processes, this book that I'm talking about.
Mhm.
Basically, it's kind of like if you can, instead of having the pain grip you and being attached to it, if you can sort of like float outside your body, like Gary talks about extend a million miles in all directions, float
Mhm.
outside and look at it. Like I talked to this Spanish speaking woman and I got her looking at her pain like it was a mascota, which is Spanish for pet. So look at it from the outside rather than being totally consumed by it. And then just notice it. And it's not about, this is a way that we'll change it, but it's not about you're trying to change it desperately. It's just about like floating outside of it and looking at it. Oh, is it sharp? Is it dull? Is it moving? Is it tingling? What's it doing? Oh, what's it doing now? What's it doing now? What's it doing now? That's like the process that he has people do every day. So
Mhm.
try that and play with it and make it your friend, your mascota, your pet in Spanish. And
Yeah.
so that's like a 5-second summary of this wonderful book that I don't remember the author of, unfortunately.
Is it like more like NLP, like neuro
No, it's not
linguistic?
NLP. It's not anything. And he worked with another psychologist. I think he's based out of LA, but he worked with the psychologist in Denver and they did some study on low back pain,
Hmm.
got fabulous results. So it's been, quote,
Okay.
scientifically proven for everybody that cares about that.
Mhm. Yeah.
So no, it's not NLP. He doesn't quote any other method necessarily. He doesn't put anything else down either, but it's what he developed himself. He had pain in his back and his jaw and everything, and he's healed himself of it totally, as well as many, many other people. So it's a fabulous book.
Mhm.
And you can find it on Amazon. Um,
Okay.
I'm not going to do it because I'm already streaming and my internet's already pathetic enough. But if you look on Amazon and the name of it's Getting Through or Getting Through It, uh, and
Yeah.
I think his first name might be Alan, but I'm not sure. Uh, so try that.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much.
You're
Yes.
welcome.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
Sure.
Casey, can I ask, hello? I would like to just, before I ask my question, I'd just like to update you on Hallie. Do you remember my
Oh,
granddaughter?
yeah, 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 of course.
Oh my God, she's just awesome.
What a
She
surprise. That had
had,
nothing to do with you, Jenny.
no, I know, but her knowing and she's now 13, and her degree of perception and knowing is way ahead of her friends. Her peer group and the whole thing. I mean, it is a joy. Everybody loves it. If I can just get you one thing, she wrote to me. It was my birthday. She writes all of us lovely things. So it's my back in October. And she writes, Dear Granny, happy birthday to one of the most wonderful women in my life. I will be forever grateful how you taught me how to become the person I am today. Thank you for everything and memory, every meet and memory we share. And you
Wow.
make my world so much better, just showing up for me always. You never fail to bring a smile to my face. I'd never want another granny. You are one of a kind.
Wow, that brings tears to my eyes. That's
That
wonderful.
is just, I know, that's really, I mean, I know that is,
Well, this is the child of an
You've heard
alcoholic.
so much about it. I mean, I
Yeah,
know nobody else knows that, but
yeah,
you were right at the very beginning, and I wanted to say that, gosh, these tools have just, from her perspective, and she's just amazing. She has done a bars class, and she does use the tools, but as and when,
wonderful.
which
That's
is
wonderful.
wonderful. So I wanted to thank you for your encouragement, because I remember you saying to me, it was not what she came on this world to be around you. So
Right.
yeah.
It's like
So
it.
there you go. So
No,
my interesting point of view about me is I get very impatient over ageism, as I'm sort of, late 70s and things. Um, and I'm still wanting to do all my access stuff and all the bits and pieces that I enjoy. Um, but if I'm looking at planning or doing anything like that, I go, well, what's the point? Because, when you're asked to visualize something or think about where you want to be in 5 years' time, I'm thinking, you know, that's just, I seem to pull myself back from that. I mean, I'm not expecting not to be around in 5 years' time, but it's kind of, I get rather impatient that I
What
want,
if you live like you would be?
sorry?
What if you lived like you would be around in 5 years? Who knows? None of us know if we will or not, you know?
No, that's true.
Don't push the red button tomorrow. It's like,
Oh, instead of making age, it's so important. Yes.
right.
Oh, oh,
You know,
that's great.
you just like burned brightly, and then when it was your time to go out, you went out. But it was a hell of a burn, you know? Like a,
Yeah.
you know?
Oh, wow. Thank you. Yes, because you know, the significant, of course, people will say to you, oh, well, you know, what are you expecting? And that I'm able to deal with that. But actually, in my own personal things, I'm talking to myself, yeah, so what if I just go, just
Yeah.
do it? Yeah.
There's this song in Cabaret, you know, that Liza Minnelli sings, and she talks about uh she had, I think, a roommate named Elsie who lived in Chelsea,
Oh,
and you know, she burned brightly, and then she was the most beautiful corpse she'd ever seen, you know?
yeah.
It's like that, you know?
Do you know, thank you. That
Otherwise, you're dying before your time.
no, it's not my expectation isn't that at all and things, but it is quite extraordinary. But I can sense I allow that to stop me. Maybe I'm just using it as an excuse then to sort of not
The
move.
programming of against age and ageism is really, really, really intense. I mean, I'm experiencing it myself as
Okay.
well. It's like to step out of that and live your own life and not be determined by it. It's takes a lot of courage, and it takes paying attention. It's like you can't, you know, it's like 10 seconds of unconsciousness creates a billion years of pain and suffering. It's like if you go unconscious for 10 years, you just absorb all of this other shit around
Yeah.
you. And it's intense, you know. I'm living in this apartment that we bought with my son, and upstairs is his wife's best friend, and across it's a 4 unit. Across from her is one of her friends, and on the bottom next to me is a friend of my son who's a firefighter who's not all that young. But the young people, I get that I'm just like complete, they never come and talk to me. It's not that I'm feeling sorry for myself, but it's like I realize that to them, I'm invisible. And it's really, wow, you know? So don't be invisible to yourself, you know?
That's what I think I'm being, because I've done quite a lot of networking, having moved area.
Right, right.
I, I'm mostly around, so I'm now in Gloucestershire, and I'm mostly around people who are networking who are 20, their children the same age as my grandchildren.
Well,
And but nobody ever mentions age. Nobody ever does
oh, they see it and
does
they
come
miss you.
into it. It's just in my head,
Right. Yeah.
which is, but I hadn't thought of doing
So,
that. So what if I just live it? Oh wow. Oh, that's such a simple thing. Thank you.
yes, indeed.
Thank you, Casey.
You're welcome. Thank you for showing up and being you and showing me, Jenny.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, I'm so grateful to you. This just you were so well, I still are amazing, but just that time when things that weren't so good, you were just such a contribution. And you know, I sung your praises endless times, people
Thank
say,
you.
and I'm really grateful. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. So just answer, how far is Gloucestershire from London?
That is 2 hours. Well, it's an hour on the train,
Oh,
but it's if you're driving 2 hours.
well, yeah, I
But
think
it's not a difficult drive. You just wouldn't want to do it in
right,
the
right.
whole. So yeah, I've come down because Hallie and Giles have moved down here,
Ah,
and my daughter lives down here. So that I'm really supporting them with Hallie and
lovely.
Giles with Hallie a
Cool.
lot of the times, which is lovely. But yes, because actually I'd rather stay in Buckinghamshire to be truthful.
Right, right, right.
Thank you.
I would
But
like to ask
always, if you're ever in London, let me know.
Okay, I will.
I
Yes,
come. I can
glad,
come up
I'm
the
glad.
train. Yeah.
So,
So I would like to ask a question, please,
sure,
Casey.
go for it.
Nice to meet you. I heard a lot about you from Ronit. I'm
Oh,
also
thank
from
you.
I'm also from Israel, and I've been practicing Access in the last 6 or 7 years, and I feel like the baby around here with her. Um, and yeah, I know I've recently noticed this pattern where I like go few steps forward and then few steps backwards and like keep repeating it in a loop. And I don't know, maybe I guess like there's some unconscious point of view of self-sabotaging myself, or like I'm not really sure even what I'm asking,
Well,
because when you were asked earlier about like what would you like to create your life, and every time I asked myself this question while I'm
Mhm.
practicing Access, everything that came was like quiet, like um not something I can do.
Ah, well, was it an energy?
It was, yeah.
Okay. Well, what if you're looking for something you can do, which, we're a do universe, I want to go out there and do something. But what if
Mm.
the energy that you'd like to create is actually much more powerful than that? All you have to do is trust it.
Yeah, I guess it's something I've noticed recently, like let the energy taking me, which I thought I did earlier, to
Right.
be honest. But it's more surprising, I guess. Um, but at the same time, yeah, I can't like ignore the fact that I'm like in the last few years I'm doing like few steps back and few steps I'm going ahead in a matter of like finances or the place I live or um
So do you have to call this a step forward or a step back? Do you have to use any judgment to do that?
right.
Even if it's something you're calling a step back, if it's something you had to do that would take you to the next place you had to go. I recently, psychology major, I recently read that Dr. Freud himself said we all have a death urge, as well as we all have life urges, So I think all of us have this self-destruct program in us, but if you see it coming up, just ask yourself, is this really what I would like to do? And then choose again. And don't judge yourself for, you know, just like this woman calling me up, oh, are you Access? And I'm standing in front of the cheese aisle in Costco. And I
Mm.
say, yes, and look where it took me. I had no idea. It's like, oh, am I competent to do cognitive behavioral therapy? I don't know, maybe not. Did I make a difference in this woman's life? Yes. That's what, I would even have continued to see her whether the insurance agreed to pay me or not, because what am I here for? Am I here for the money, or am I here to make a difference in the world? And the answer is clearly to make a difference in the world. So, and light and heavy is a great tool. What if, especially if you feel yourself going to something that you call self-destruct, if you said, okay, is this really light or not? And I certainly have my own self-destruct programs too. And have I made mistakes? Yeah, I've lived a long time. I've made many insane mistakes, and my grown son will not hesitate to point them out to me, But you know, at the end of the day, you just choose, and then you can't, and it's true what Gary says, you can't know what a choice is going to create until you make the choice. So how much are you trying to make the very right choice so you don't step backwards? How much judgment does it create? And you can never know did I know, the phone, my phone never rings. Nobody has to call me. I'm old. I'm invisible. And my phone rings in Costco, and it happens to actually ring, which is a miracle for my phone, and I pick it up and I answer it. It's like, who the hell knew, It's just like, just one step at a time. So I
Right.
think I'm going to lose you guys in about 3 minutes. So um, please read my emails, and I'll send you the link if you want to watch this again. And I might do this every month because I'm having fun. So doesn't get any better.
Mhm. Yeah, thank you.
Thanks for asking, and let me know. Any last questions?
Yeah, can I ask very quickly? I don't know if you remember me. I know you from Amsterdam with Miriam. You introduced
Yeah.
me into access consciousness in my workspace as an artist. And yeah, I'm looking for a job now. That is what I want to create, so I can use my capacities and also have a bigger house because I get crazy. So I just have to focus on it and visualize. And the job I know how to do. I think the job has to come first and then the house, I hope. But
Okay, so what if, you put what's the energy of the job you'd like to have? How much money would you like to have? Put it out
yeah.
as a, like a golden egg in front of you and pull all the energy universe into it and trickle it out, little trails of energy out to everybody who's looking for you and doesn't know it yet. And every time someone talks to you, especially that matches that energy of what you'd like to create, then pursue that, whatever that looks like. If it's sweeping floors or if it's saying, yes, you know something that you don't know anything about or whatever it takes, just follow that and be willing to receive what happens. And what if instead of focusing on a bigger house, you focused on the energy of the house you'd like to have?
Yeah, I know. I want
I just kind of a
a
definition.
house more in nature. Yeah, it doesn't have to be very big, but I really want to be close to nature, that I can step out of the house and have some space and see the sky and touch the ground and see a tree, some birds.
Energy, I totally get that. I'm living in the city of San Francisco for the first time in my life, and my backyard is a piece of concrete, and you can't even have a bird feeder because no bird in its right mind would come to my yard. So now I'm at El Lugar, which is the total opposite, but I totally get what you mean. So just ask the nature that you love so much to create the place for you.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
you can ask the house that's looking for you to show it to you, pull it to you.
Yeah, that will be wonderful. Yeah.
Anybody else? We got 3 minutes left.
Thank you.
You're welcome, hon.
Yeah.
Hey, Casey, how are you?
I'm good.
Awesome. Nice to see you again. You're looking fabulous.
Thank you.
I too am finishing off a 39-year career in nursing, and just tired of having my teeth broken and everything else. But I wanted to thank you for the recent reminder of the tools that we have.
Great. Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you all for, they say, when you're drowning, your life passes before your eyes, and I'm not drowning, but I've had a lot of time to think, and I remember things, and I remember a lot of times when I was really an asshole. I really apologized to everybody. I was an asshole too. And every time I wasn't grateful enough, I apologized for that. And I mean, it's painful in a way. And then it's like, like I was telling her about being willing to be wrong. It's like, yeah, I was everything. And how could I have been so stupid? And maybe next time around, I'll start out smarter. That would be, I would really appreciate it if I didn't have to learn these same hard lessons the second time. It's like, please. I had a patient, when I was chiropractor, I had a patient her kids were probably early 20s, and she was just like checking out. And I just kind of wanted to shake her and say, Zaya, do you want to come back and be 16 again? I mean, the worst thing I could think of. So anyway, yeah. So use a tool and how much can you create with the time you have left? And if you're ending this career, then you have a lot of freedom to create what you really like your life to be. My retired patients used to tell me, I'm busier now than I was when I was working. So what if you could create that and it was full of fun stuff? So. Yeah. Okay.
Thank you so much, Casey. This was really wonderful.
Hannah. Yeah.
I've missed you.
So exciting. Yes. I hope to make it back to Copenhagen at some point. So
yes,
you better
let me know. I'll pick you up at the airport and take care of everything.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you
Good
very
night.
much. Lots of love and very good time San Francisco. Yeah. Oh no, outside. Mhm.
Yeah. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you, Chrissy.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Right.